Coming in this hour, the Sri Lankan Navy has apprehended 10 Indian fishermen for illegally fishing in its waters. All 10 fishermen are from Ramanathapuram in Tamil Nadu's Rameshwaram. The boat on which they were fishing has also been seized by the Sri Lankan Navy. The fishermen were apprehended in the sea north of Delft Island. This comes days after Sri Lanka shot dead a Tamil fisherman. Now, 24 Indian fishermen were arrested by Sri Lanka on March 5. For more on this story, we are now joined by WION's senior international correspondent Padma Rao, who joins us from Colombo this morning. Morning, Padma. What do you make of this recurrent issue between India and Sri Lanka when it comes to fishermen?
Yeah, good morning. Well, it is a long-standing issue because, I think the crux of the problem lies in two things. One is that the fishermen, the maximum number of fishermen from India, come in very large mechanized trawlers. And the second issue is that the actual dividing line, it's an invisible dividing line, if you like, that lies between the territorial waters of India and Sri Lanka. It's frequently crossed inadvertently by fishermen from both sides. And the third issue is the issue surrounding the island Kachaitivu. There was a formal agreement many years ago, but subsequently it is, to my understanding, and I have been speaking to fishermen's cooperatives on both sides, that there was a kind of an informal agreement to allow fishermen of both sides to come to the island for their traditional festivals and other activities. So these three issues combined have been leading to these arrests. And as you know, our India's External Affairs Minister said that she was assured by the Sri Lankan authorities that both sides are looking into these matters and a resolution should be arrived at shortly.
Now, Padma, Sri Lanka says that there can be no defense of Indian fishermen venturing knowingly or unknowingly into their territorial waters. So my question to you would be, can India and Sri Lanka find a more permanent, mutually satisfactory solution going forward?
Yes, I think one of the things that, we have to be very fair about is that the people who are, and when I say we, I mean the Indian side, one of the things that one has to be fair about is the sheer numbers and volumes of fishermen who are, venturing out from our side, primarily from Rameshwaram. And the people who are being affected on the other side are primarily individual fishermen, small fishermen who practically live off their daily catch, and they do not use these large bottomed mechanized trawlers. So there is an somewhat unfair balance which is tilted in the favor of India. And I think as long as it continues to be individual fishermen who are affected on the other side, the address really needs to be looked at through that prism.
And Padma, finally, before we let you go, are you hopeful of an early solution to this so-called localized conflict, or you think this might, become a full-blown diplomatic standoff sometime in the future?
No, I'm absolutely confident that it will, I hope it does not even remain a conflict at all. I'm absolutely confident that a resolution will be found. It is just that I fear that, we are not placing, neither side is really lending it, it's not giving it top priority because both countries have other issues that they consider more pressing. But as I said, I think, the small fishermen being disadvantaged is a serious issue. Which needs to be looked at quite urgently and afforded the same priority.
All right, we will leave it at that. Thank you, Padma. We are WION's chief international correspondent for all the latest from Colombo.